Hey guys, it's Rush. I just got the WZ132A. This is the Tier 9 Chinese light that leads to the WZ132-1, which in my opinion is likely to be one of the more competitive Tier 10 lights right now because it's got such high gold pen. And so what I'm doing is I'm grinding through the line, and the WZ132 was one of the worst tanks. So I just got this tank. I haven't played a single game in it. Figured I'd do a live game in it. Now we're kind of stock. We don't have the top engine, but we've got the top gun, top radio, and track. So we should be pretty good. I want to see how this thing goes. Hopefully it's better than my WZ132, which I actually literally had a 49% win rate in it. It was like my cursed tank. So we'll see how this goes. It's going to be a ×5, so I want to get a lot of XP so I can like expedite my grind towards the 132-1. Oh shit, we're top tier. I guess that's normal. One thing that happens is if you buy a brand new tank, often matchmaking will make you top tier just because, you know, it's like a bit of a grace period. You're top tier, they assume you're kind of stock, and they also kind of assume you're unfamiliar with the tank. And so matchmaking does often make your first game top tier. So we're top tier in this case. We don't know what the enemy team is like because I don't run XVM. What we do know is that they've got three tier 8 heavies. So as a WZ132, I'd love to shoot at their tier 8 heavies. I'm going to have trouble with things like the E75 and the T10. The gold pen on this is only 248. So, you know, for me to expect to pen the E75's lower plate consistently, that would be unreasonable. So I don't really want to take him on. He's in a platoon with a T10. So what I would expect is I would kind of expect them to both be over here because, you know, a T10 and an E75 can make it work on the 9-0. I wouldn't expect the T10 to go to the 1 line. That's a bit worse of a flank for him. So then it would be for the E75 to go north, if that makes sense. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop up. I don't know what the alpha is. I think it's 320. Yeah, there you go. It is 320. And we're just going to sit like so. And I'm going to look for a scout that sort of crosses like this. If I don't see a scout, there we go. Scout. Auto aim. That's never going to hit. I have 200 ping. So he didn't actually... Oh, he did spot me. He spotted me late. So I almost got away there. If I'd fallen back slightly sooner, I would have gone away there without getting lit. It's not the end of the world. This thing, even with the stock engine, is pretty mobile. So I'm glad I didn't free XP the top engine, but it's actually, like, this isn't too bad, so. Alright, T10 went to the 1-2 line, so I made a bit of a mistake in my call. We probably know that the E75 isn't on the 0 because of that. We've got 3 people camping in the mid, and what I'd expect here is I'd kind of expect this Conqueror and IS-3 to push the north side of the map, and then they're going to have a really easy time winning the south because we've only got a Canadian Jagdpanzer and a VK7501 over there. So what I need to do is I kind of want to support this side. What I don't want to do is shoot this T92 and then get lit. I kind of want to shoot the T92. We're going to give it a try. Fuck. Now if I get shot by these guys, it'll be like salt in the wound for missing the shot. E75's over here, so is an IS-3A. Okay. There's a T-44. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push up. I need to get damage. This is my ×5, so I want it to be a good game, and I know that a lot of their team is on the 1-2 line. So what I'm going to do is we're going to pop up like this, and if I get spotted crossing, we know there's a tank in here. Now I didn't... Oh, there you go. I did get lit. So it's good that I waited. But basically we can guess that a Scorpion G's in there or a Canadian Jagdpanzer. And honestly, that guy's probably going to get lit as he starts shooting at people like the T26E4. So we're going to have to chill because that guy's suppressing me. But once he gets spotted, we'll be able to push forwards and flank the standard B. And while I'm here, honestly, I could just put blind shots. There you go. There's a Scorpion. So luckily he missed. He's spotted. He should fall back in a sec. There you go. And this is where you could consider pushing in. Now, how would I do this to not die? I think... Oh, hello. Okay, good. The gun handling on this is way better than the WZ. Like, for the alpha damage, it's so much nicer. Now, this guy's coming for me, so I'm actually being really careful about that. What I need to do is I'm going to dive down and hope that the standard B is reloading. And that's keeping me safe from the Scorpion. So, you know, it's pretty reasonable expectation for that guy to be reloading. Puts one more into me. The Scorpion G luckily didn't shoot me. He shot the WZ132 instead. And this guy's kind of focusing me down. So I'm going to see if I can nail him. Yeah, there you go. And now we're going to push... Well, do we have to go back to base or push through? Go back to base for sure. We're going to lose that way too quickly. So here's the calculation. Like, we could cap fast. I think it's better for me to just push through, but I'm not in a major rush. I can kind of try to kill their arty. It's always worth trying to kill the arty. So just going to make sure this one goes in. Scorpion G. Amazing. Missed one, bounced the other. Maybe that one will go in. No, it doesn't. Okay, so how do we get as much damage as we can on the last couple tanks? Cap, yeah, honestly. So what's going to happen is these guys, their best play is to cap if they want to win, which they probably will, but I need to get as much damage. Like, for sure we're going to win this one in my opinion, and I want damage, so I'm pushing in very aggressively. It might get me killed, but I just want to get as much as I can because it's my ×5, and, you know, it's changing the way I play, but it's not the end of the world. That guy's got me. He missed. That's good. 1, Let's count his shots. Is there anyone else? Okay, he's dead. That's good. Now we can shoot at this T10 from this position. I always have trouble with dealing with lights because my ping and they're just so quick. We can get a gold shot into this guy's upper front plate. Good, and we managed to track him. Now we've got the E75 to deal with. Definitely need gold for this guy. There's a 112 IS3A and so on that I have to watch out for. So I'm checking for those guys. I don't really expect this E75 to focus me down because he isn't really looking at me. He's distracted, but... There you go. He is looking at me. So right now I saw on the map that he had no one else to shoot at, so I fell back because I expected him to focus me down. In this case, we have 15 seconds left in this game, so what I want to do is I want to get behind someone and just try to set them on fire or something. Of course. What is he doing? He's the fastest tank on their team, and he's like... Okay, I have to get safe from the 112. Which way is he gonna go? Good, he went the way that's good for me, because now I can drive forwards, put one into his rear, good. Conquer actually shot me. We're not capping out, that's fine. The Canonian might will put one into me, he's dead though. It's not gonna happen, put a shot to that guy. E75 is a one shot and looking away. So we can poke forwards, and this tank seems... Oh, he's looking at me. So I might die here. I'm probably gonna die here. I just want one off before he shot me, and I did manage to get it, but it didn't pen him. So, actually not the worst trade there, because I was aggressive, and I got, you know, I took the chance to get more damage. It didn't pay off, but oh well. Made a bit of a mistake with the land here. It actually pushed my gun up, which made me aim longer, but it is what it is. Luckily, we didn't cap out, so I got damage. That was a really fast-paced game. I don't think it was the greatest. I want to see... We got 10k XP. That's a good ×5. I'll add 4k to that with the manageable bonus to experience. And let's go play another. That was not bad. I'm going to play... Hopefully the next one's better, but we came 3rd place, so... First game in a tank that I've never really played before. I'm pretty okay with that. Perfect. So we're in Malinovka. This is one of the best scout maps in the game. Now, my experience with this map, I've said this plenty of times, but I don't like scouting at the beginning. And the reason for that is it's very high risk, low reward lately. Because what happens is... Well, it's high risk, obviously, because some light tank might just YOLO you if you're sitting, even if you're in the perfect bush, you might get spotted by someone who just YOLOs you like an idiot. And even if you're in the perfect bush, often enemy players know to just sit in their bushes and not get spotted. So the probability that you actually get high spotting damage in a lot of these bushes that like the Batshot would take as he's making his play is actually really low, and so I don't like those bushes much anymore. Instead, what I focus on doing is I focus on taking the hill. I feel like you can have a lot more consistent games there, and often you'll have support, and it's like, my opinion, you can build better games from the hill. So we're going to go up to A0. We should expect their Batshot. Probably their 430, their UDES, their T54 lightweight. And those are going to be the main tanks that I'm scared of, actually, right off the bat. There's going to be more, but I don't think they're going to be, like, those are their fast tanks. So, it is what it is. Scorpion spotted at F3. So, actually, if you were in a bush right now, you would have a lot of spotting damage on the Scorpion and AMX 5100, but, like, that's not normal. Most of them know to sit at here if they're into tier 8 by now, so... Yeah, let's see what type of support we have. We have a 44-100 coming with us. And most of our team, they are coming. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse around this corner. I'm already stocked, so I have to make sure I have an escape route. And so what I can do is I don't have to turn my tank if I want to leave the hill now. And what I might be able to do is just camp in these bushes. That's exactly what's going to happen. Okay, so right here, what I can do is I can sit in these bushes and I can make them solid, and then I can shoot at people like the UDES. But the also great thing about this type of play is they will have trouble swatting me. Now, I don't know if they'll swat me if they get up to here, but it looks like we're going to be able to control that and I won't have to worry about it. The main thing that this position is going to allow me to do is shoot at people like this UDES without getting spotted, and I can actually spot him for myself. My teammate spots him there for me, but here we go. Let's make sure this one goes in. Good, that one goes in. So that's 300 alpha. I'm just going to keep putting these out. He doesn't spot me, which is perfect, and if they keep pushing into me, I can keep getting damage. So, nice. Okay, so 57 heavy, 50 TP are going to be the next players. Honestly, I don't expect them to make it up to here. What will happen is they're going to get stuck down here, and then my team are going to push into them and die. Often pushing down the A line from the hill doesn't work. Once you win the hill, you don't want to do that. And you'll see what happens to this 430U if the enemy team plays this properly, so we'll see. What I prefer to do instead, like once you've won the hill, is come to a bush like this and look for shots and people like the 57 heavy. it just seems safer than driving straight down into people who are pre-aimed onto you. And what you can do is, if you feel comfortable, which I do feel comfortable right now, we have a lot of support, is you can just YOLO off the hill and spot everyone. And so that's actually what we're going to do. We know they've got a T-30 at G1, so he's not going to be like sniping from here, but their 704 probably will be, so I have to be aware of that when I'm making this play. And like, I have the HP to take the hit, I guess. I'd rather not, but I have the HP to take this risk. Famous last words, I'm going to get YOLO'd by a 57 heavy or a bad shot. Bad shot could be here. Okay, so this angle is going to expose me to a lot of TDs right here, and really it's just a scouting position. So trying to proxy spot anyone who's up there, spot no one. There's the 57 who's definitely easy for me to hit, get one into him. 50 TP will probably be the next guy, and this is how you counter anyone in the 50 TP's position. If you don't have Artie, if you have Artie, like a tank like an IS-7 can get here and just carry the whole game, so. Okay, here we go. I'm going to fully aim this one because they don't have Artie, and I feel like there's not many tanks over here, so. They're in our base. I really don't care. We've got 3 tanks dealing with that. There's the 704. He clipped the top of my turret. That's a great... He got really lucky to hit that, in all honesty. I was going to say it was a great shot, but really he was, you know... probably had the slightest part of my tank to actually hit. So I'm going to go for a shot on the P44, and then that's not going to go in, so we're not going to push forwards just yet. I need my teammates to get closer. And for me to go try to spot that, that object 704 would be really, really aggressive. What I might be able to do is I might be able to sit here and spot people. There you go. There's an OHO. And that's going to be a lot of spotting damage. So this is kind of how you have to scout on a map like this now. Because it's like, it's really hard, you know. If I was in a bush, I feel like I might have actually had a great game in this game. But that's really unlikely to happen. I see a tree fall over here. So what I can do is I can fall back. No, the bushes aren't solid. The bushes to my left are solid, so it's unlikely I'd get lit by the 704. And I'm trying to knock over that building to try to allow me to spot people. Whoever's here, you know. Or at least reduce his cover. Okay. These guys are pushing in. They're going to start scouting for us. There's a 430 here, and I'm going to focus on shooting. Scouting right now is not my place. I can get shots on people safely, so that's exactly what we're going to do. And actually, a lot of light tanks would have tried to come up through here, and you can see that's why you don't make a play like that in this type of context. It would have just got me killed for me to try to scout. I would have found the bat shot and died. So that's why I didn't make that play. It's like it probably would have gotten me killed. But now, what's happened is the 704, you know, if you're the 704, you'd probably be looking towards the WZ. Now I can push in, try to spot him, and he's not looking towards the WZ. I don't know where he's looking, man, but hopefully I'm getting the spotting damage off of him. We're up to 2.2k. All of that was from the camping OHO. We're going to see if I can get a shot to the T-30, and we're going to continue to sort of play this angle, trying to get as much spotting damage and damage. Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this. There's a bat shit in there too, so it's surprising actually. I thought he would have been spotted by now, but he's not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this angle. I don't really have to be aggressive. I can wait till the bat shot's lit, probably get 300 damage for free. Where is that fucking bat shot? He must be here. To have landed that shot on me, you know? This is rough. 704 is not even looking. He doesn't seem to be the greatest of players. If I can get the track, I can get a lot of assists. There you go. We're up to 3k assist. IS-7. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I was like, where's the IS-7? And of course you're shooting across. But honestly, for a Rafflestomp game, 2.2k damage and 3k spotting on a map like this, I felt like the spotting was really good. I'm interested to see how much XP we got at the end right there. This is where the bat shot was sitting. He was basically sitting here. That's what let him get shots onto me. And that's a really interesting... I never play this far back, so I don't know about positions like this. He's so fucked. He must be an RD player. To know that you can sit on that rock, man. Like, what the hell? How do you figure that out? A lot of people ask me how I find out angles and, like, how I know bushes. It's because I play positions, like, frequently. You know, and the only way, like, I never knew that rock existed because I never go to that part of the map. That was 3.1k assist, 2,200 damage. That was a really good game. We ended up getting an extra 2,000. Like, where did we come on XP? Third? Yeah, like, I'm okay with that. I still don't really know the ins and outs of this tank. We're up to 17k XP already, though, so that's good. And, oh, this tank is, it seems to be infinitely better than the previous, like the WZ132. So look forward to some games of this in the future. I'm going to probably play this for the next video, and hopefully I'm going to try to get carries for next video. So we'll see how that works. Anyways, I hope to see you next game, and bye for now.